Right then, Canada in Super Formula Light. This crafty little sausage around here is very, very scary because it's got a lot of walls and a lot of curbs, and the SFL do not like curbs that much. But we have qualified, and we qualified third, but we started from the pit lane because we're a bunch of wimps, and already there is a crash at turn 2. Someone got turned there, and he is going, and he is taking the shortcut across the grass. So we've got to be careful coming out here because we've got possibly people with damage. So we're looking ahead now. And I don't think Matey Boy there has damage, so he's a little bit slow off that corner, which is fine, but we're being cautious. It's a 30-minute race. You don't win it on lap 1, but you sure as hell can lose it. So yes, this is Canada or Montreal. As I say, it's very, very difficult to overtake, despite having a massive long back straight, because it has a wall of champion chicane, which is famous for biting your wheel off as soon as you look at it. A bit funny, but again, we're still behind Lamb here, and can't really do a lot because we're getting slipstream, but it's not in the right places. And I'm sort of trying to make myself big in the mirrors and things like that, but ultimately I don't want to do a dive bomb. It's lap 1. They've already had an issue in T2, so they might be a little bit angry. So trying to take it cautious and things like that. So again, big long straight here, lots of slipstream. Hopefully I can get this done and dusted around here. You see, we're much more confident on the brakes early on, and hopefully we can get a decent exit. They get a decent exit as well, but it's slipstream all the way up here. We've got Seb behind. He's normally annoying me in streams and stuff like that. I do stream Wednesday and Fridays, just so you know, so you can see these crashes and all sorts happen live. But get a good look at this toe, and then you pull out, and it sort of keeps going. Yeah, that's good. And will they back out? Yes, they will. Although there's a crash in the World Champions already, and someone's not happy because someone's gone straight on.
You are so dumb, man. You are so dumb.
He's not happy they're going too wide for the World Champions, which is understandable.
So, Trevor, you're just going to cut the chicane and make up 2 places?
Yes, Trevor shut the chicane because they were actually 3 wide, which I don't blame him for cutting the chicane. But this yellow flag here, unfortunately, was that guy that was speaking on the radio. So he must have got distracted a little bit, which is disappointing. It gives us a freebie. There he is, unfortunately. He's lost his front wing, and he does know about it because he does lift off here. So it's a little bit disappointing. Possibly a little bit distracted by Trevor cutting the corner. But yeah, he does lift off, which is nice, but disappointing for his race. But it's another freebie for us, and we are catching up to Nathan. Nathan said hello to us in the race, so hello Nathan, hope you're doing well. He likes the track guides, which is always a bonus. But yeah, he actually catches us off guard a little bit here. He makes a slight mistake into the 3rd chicane here, and I don't anticipate it, and I go round. Now, there was a car behind me, and that crunch was from the car hitting the wall, so thank goodness they got damaged, but it got back because of iRacing netcode. But yeah, somehow they missed us completely, and all we lost is our dignity, our credibility, and about 6 seconds, because Seb was behind. I think he's about 6 seconds ahead now. So yeah, we cut forward to lap whatever this is lap 3. This is us catching up, and annoyingly, Nathan, our new best friend, he gets taken out there by an over-optimistic dive, and well, they got glued together, so that didn't really work. So we cut forward again to lap 4, World Champions again, and that is Seb ahead, having some great fun with Jacob there, who completely obliterates his car because he goes a little bit too quick in there, gets on the curbs, on the sausage curbs, and it's a one-way ticket, which is a little bit disappointing. And yeah, probably some more practice is needed there. Going too wide for that World Champions is not ideal. 99% of the time, it ends in a crash. So another freebie for us at least. And Jacob is still sitting on the track there. Look, disappointingly. There he goes. There he goes. So yeah, P12 for us, I think that is. So yeah, let's crack on, head down, no more mistakes. I've already done a spin, so that's this video completed already. We do lots of spins, and we cut forward to lap 6. Seb has got past Patrick here, and we're just gaining on the both of them at this point. And this corner is really, really nice and a really, really pain because you gain a lot of time through there, as you can see there. It's not intentional, but obviously the speed comes from taking the corners at speed, and some people can, some people can't. I'm not saying I'm the fastest, I'm not saying I'm the slowest, just an observation. We go for a kind of a dive here, and it's a little bit of a bully because I kind of go a little bit wide, but there is still space on the left hand side. So sorry Patrick, that was a little bit of a bully of me there, but I need to move up. I'm already 30 seconds behind the leader, and now the leader was an alien. He was doing low 28s into the 27s, so he's clearly a lot faster than me, so grip hacks. And we're actually going side by side with Patrick here. He does lift out, but I'm compromised now through the Wall of Champions chicane, and this is perfectly what you should do if you want to annoy someone in a good way, is put them offline. There's so many chicanes here and switchbacks possible that if you put them offline, it really does slow down that lap time. That is a wonderful hindsight coming up in a few laps, so bear that in mind. We get around here, And he does look up the left-hand side, but fortunately we get a good exit, and away we go, and that is P11. But again, we were like within 1 second of Seb, and now he's 2.2 ahead. So you can see how much battling does cost you, and really slow down your progress through the field. But they did nothing wrong, so I'm not complaining, just an observation. I'm saying that a lot. Anyway, lap 8 we're going through now, and we're catching up to Michael here, and there's a yellow flag there. Someone's done a bit of a whoopsie. They've done a Carlos Sainz, if you will. And, well, Beltran is not happy about the situation because he is really going to give us a hard time. And I'll let you be the decider of what the race is like. At the time, a bit of red mist for me. I was not entirely happy with it, but I'll let you decide. And I think after I've cooled down, I've got a different opinion. So Michael here, we caught him up through there quite nicely, and we're looking to the inside. I don't want slipstream because I don't want to be too close into the hairpin. I don't want to go for an overtake into that hairpin. I want to get him afterwards if I can. But literally, we get a good exit here. It's got an Aston Martin livery, so if it's Stroll, we need to be careful. But it's Alonso, we should be fine. I think he is letting us go here because that's a very sort of go for the inside line. So we move out nice and early, and he does lift off. So thank you very much, Michael, for letting us go. I hope you had a good race and you finished pretty decently. We go through here, and then look at our mirror. Oh, I don't know if I brake early, but that spooks me. In my mirror, that scares me a little bit. So I back out completely. He does message and say sorry. So I think he did miss his braking point, but that spooked me a little bit, and that put Beltran in front of us, which was not fun. So for just reference, Seb is like 2.9, 2.8 ahead, and watch how this changes now. So there's not picking at Beltran or anything, but you can see how much the time gets withdrawn away when you put someone off the line and you battle for a lot. So he does a mistake there, and he gets a slowdown, which is really frustrating because we want to move forward at this point. So we've already lost even more time. And they seem to absolutely park it here, and I got nowhere to go. So I don't like people service slowdowns on the racing line. If you've got a slowdown, get out of the way. It's simple as you've made a mistake, get out of the way. So he's still battling at this point. He's got rid of the slowdown, so well done. He chops off our nose a little bit, but it was clear to do so. And again, we can't go too wide through the chicane because it is dangerous. He goes deep here, and he's a little bit sluggish through there. We get a relatively okay exit. He gets a better one. So we can't actually get into the slipstream at this point, but we're chugging along now, looking to the inside at this point, and he tracks us out, which took me by surprise there. So we go very, very deep because I'm looking for kind of a switchback, get on throttle nice and early, and hopefully use that slipstream again. But yeah, him drifting off there, it took me completely by surprise. I didn't expect it, and I just sort of said there on the radio, you can't hear it because I've muted myself saying, oh, do we want to crash or do we want to move forward? So at this point, he's holding the inside, I'm squeezing him down there. It's like, you want that line, you stay there, mate. And then I move out at the last minute. But he is still there, so I'm like, well, judging by his driving, I'm going to let him have the corner. Again, he's slow through it, so am I, and look at Michael behind. Look how much Michael's caught up. Again, I'm in the slipstream again, and look at Seb. Seb's gone off the relative at this point. He's 4 seconds ahead in this lap, so literally, we go all the way around the outside. Fair play to Beltran here. He does leave a space here. We get it nice and tightly and get on acceleration nice and quickly. He's still there on my left-hand side, though, so I need to be ultra cautious. I need to leave cars on the left, but again, I'm compromised through this. He dipped out early, gets a good exit. I'm in the middle of the corner. He got nowhere to go. But look at him. He's right on my trumpet at this point. I have to defend again. Nothing wrong with this. He's just really, really poking me with a stick to see what happened. Again, I'm off the racing line. I'm compromised. I have to go defensive. He's too close for me not to leave it off. He does go for the move again. He looks up the left-hand side and again does exactly the same thing again. Rinse and repeat. Breaks out early. I'm compromised through my line. I have to start parking here, in which case I do. It's a risky move parking it on the apex because you can get rear-ended, but it just enables me to block his run a little bit. You see it work there, and I'm going to do it probably excellently here. So I'm braking. He's broken early, trying to get to the switchback, and I delay my throttle on just so he doesn't get that exit and that run at this point. And he obviously knows what I'm doing at this point because he comes out the slipstream, and I'm thinking, is he battling? Is he not battling? He may be, maybe not. So he's kind of in slipstream here. I'm staying to the right-hand side. I'm not falling for the trick where you get up my inside. And then he completely backs out because I think he realised how much time we were actually losing having a battle. Nothing wrong with a little good ding-dong, but it depends what you want out of the race. We're only on lap 10 here. We're halfway through. And at this point, I was like, I'm not giving you slipstream at this point. I want to break away. So he doesn't follow me over there. And at this point, we can just run away, get these 2 corners right, and we should have a good exit. Turn 1 is beautiful. I really like it. First gear for turn 2 because I think it's better rotation. And you can see that gap already. Look at it. Just pulling away slightly just because I'm on my line. Again, I think he did nothing wrong in that, to be fair. I just think he was trying to be optimistic and trying to see what can happen if he can poke me with a stick. But there we go, 0.6, and we've broken the toe at this point. We can run away. Lap 14 now, we jumped a lot, and unfortunately Ryan ahead made a slight mistake there. That was a little bit disappointing from Ryan. I thought I would have caught him the next lap, and he goes wide there. So again, what we're going to do, we're going to let us past, or we're going to battle really, really hard. So again, we made a slight mistake turn 1, so we're right up his trumpet. So again, I'm planning to try and get the slipstream at the hairpin right at the bottom of the circuit. And this one isn't really the ideal for the corner, but I can get a good exit. He doesn't take all the curb there, interestingly, but he gets a relatively decent exit. But again, I'm right in the slipstream. So again, being sensible, planning my attack. He does go defensive, and I sort of lift off a little bit. No, I don't. I go for the move, just to trigger the spot. There we go. I back out. I want to poke him with a stick, just like Beltran was doing to me. Beltran is now 5 seconds behind, just for reference, and Seb is now 6. So it shows you how much time that we were losing as a pair. And I'm going to do the same here, trying to trigger the spotter. Can I get it? No, I can't. But I'm just filling his mirrors now, just poking with a stick. He goes a little bit deep there, which does help me. I can get on power at the same time. We are very, very close. So fingers crossed, we can get a good slipstream down here. Fixed setup might be different for slipstream, because this one was very, very strong in suckage, as you can see here. And he goes to the inside, and we're pulling alongside at this point. We squeeze him to the corner. We keep him there. I don't know if he backs out on this one. I can't remember. Is he still there? No, he is still there. So again, have the corner, mate. Off you go. He gets a slow exit through there because he gets a bit of a slide, and this is what I mean. It's like Canada, you can't actually overtake that well if someone defends well. It's a very, very good circuit for that, and with the walls, it's just risk to reward scenario is not good. So we've got to play the game again, hopefully poking with a stick and see what happens. Basically, Seb is now 7 seconds ahead. So again, battling here, you can really see how this affects your overall race time. And again, they're not doing anything wrong. It's just an observation. And that's a hat trick, I've said that, so you've probably got to have a drink or something now. Anyway, heavy on the brakes around here. Take a nice wide entry. Try and get as better exit as you can. I normally like short shifting to a third earlier in that corner, but I just find this track in these conditions didn't enable me to do that. Wasn't able to take enough corner speed around there. And bear in mind, we're still in the 29s at this point of the fast lap, and in practice sessions I've been sort of mid-28s if the conditions have been good, and in qualifying nipping into the 27s. The leader, Johan, I've no idea how he's getting 27s just in race pace. My only conclusion is, well, it's not talent, is it? Let's be honest. So it must be grip packs. That's my only explanation, because it's insane pace. Fair play to the dude. I'm jealous. But we get a good dive bomb on Ryan there. We've missed it completely. And at this point, I'm not giving you slipstream. And Ryan doesn't even want my slipstream. I'm guessing he's yielded the position and he just wants to go ahead. Now, the dude ahead actually has a slowdown on the relative, so he did well getting rid of that. And we fly through there. Ryan actually does that better than I do, but we get a decent exit anyway. And we're trying to catch up to Bradley now. And Bradley. I'm going to call him Lawson, because is that Brady? Lawson will do. Anyway, through T1, T2, we get a load of time gained. And fair play for Lawson here. He's 1.8k. And he's doing very, very well, keeping it steady. Apart from there, your crafted up sausage, unfortunately, make a slight mistake. We get a decent run out there. I was just congratulating you how well you were doing it. And that slight mistake really, really hurt you. He does lift off at this point, which is very, very fair. I don't know if he was trying to aim for the slipstream at this point, but we go quite deep here. Managed to cut back for a decent exit. Away we go. Wanted to give him slipstream here, because I always feel bad when someone makes a mistake like that and I get an easy overtake. But you can see how well the leader's doing. I am 50 seconds off the lead, and that is all through my own talent, which is kind of disappointing, but sometimes it happens. Canada is one of them you need confidence with this track. 100% you need confidence, because if you don't have it, you're going slowly. Anyway, this is one of our fastest laps. I think it was a 28 something. But anyway, turn 1, we're braking nice and easy. Try and use turn 1 as a brake instead of turn 2. First gear for this one, get nice and close to the curb and stay on it. Don't run too far wide, because you will just extend the track, and it's pointless. Get all the way up to 5th gear. You can hold 4th if you want, but down through 3rd through this. I short shift into 4th sometimes to get less wheel spin through there, but get very close to the wall on exit. Come around here, stay nice and tight, but make sure the braking zone now is in a straight line. Nice and easy here, all the way down the 2nd gear. Don't take too much of that curb, but take a little cheeky tickle of that curb, and you should be absolutely golden. Be careful of that wall on exit. It comes up and bites you in the rear end. Straight line this as much as you can, get to the right hand side and then bring over to the left, using the bridge as a marker just so we get under it. Brake nice and easy. Loads of first curb and a little bit of second curb. Do not take too much curb, because the car will bottom out and you'll end up in a wall. Ask me how I know. Almost did it in the practice session. Hairpin wise, just before the 1 border, like way before it, like probably about 170 or something, all the way down to 1st gear. Get off the brakes as you get to that late apex and let the car coast round, and then get on power as soon as you can. Be careful on 1st gear, because you will wheel spin and face the other direction. straight line as best you can. This slipstream will be huge around here, so if you defend the right hand side, it is better. But just be careful of people going too wide for the World Champions because it does not work. It's very tight. 2 marker just after it, all the way down to the 3rd gear. Little clips to go all the way through. Not too much of the white curbs. This car uses the floor for aero, so again we don't want that lifting up because we lose some grip. But that is us done in a 28 something, 28.8 was it? 866. 895, so nearest, damn it. We'll round that down to be better, to be honest. But I did go fast. I did a 28.7 later on, but that was a little bit light of fuel. And that was basically all she wrote. That was the race done and dusted from that point. Finishing P6, minus 11 IR, which isn't too bad, and 3x. So, yeah, not too bad. But we've done the race for the week. And I need to find some pace because leaders, particularly car number 4, was absolute flying. So yeah, if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. But that's us racing from pit lane to P6, which is almost like Max Verstappen, apart from he was 3 places further. But then again, he had it easier because a few more people fell off. I'm sure that will please the Max Verstappen fans. Good night.